They like the Judas was to Jesus. They only here to cause confusion. They like the Judas was to Jesus. They only here to cause confusion. They like the Judas was to Jesus. They only here to cause confusion.
They like the Judas was to Jesus. They just here to cause confusion. That's some real shit. Real shit. I didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to do this. I was just trying to, over the days, just trying to keep myself from doing this. But it's like, fuck it, I gotta do it. Cause Reggie be tripping me the fuck out. This nigga be tripping me the fuck out. It's like he told Nick Bloomfield, wasn't no brothers gonna speak to him. You know, he ain't gonna get on the phone with me. I guarantee you that. That's what he told Nick Bloomfield. He told brothers ain't gonna speak to him when he went to the prison. I guarantee you that. I guarantee he ain't gonna get on the phone with me. No interviews or no shit like that. Just you want to get on the phone with me, you say what you got to say. We can agree to disagree, but I guarantee he ain't gonna get on the phone with me. He ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it, Reggie. And I don't blame you. Because we probably really have nothing to speak about. So I'm going to talk about this identity crisis from Reggie Wright that I've noticed. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have too. Because, see, being neutral and not jumping on sides, it also has its consequences. And that's just a part of life. So on the phone with Greg Kading, when he's on the phone with Greg Kading, he's the police again. He's a cop. It's cop talk and everything like that. When he's on the phone with former death row artists and producers, he's security. He's head of security and shit like that, recalling incidents and shit like that when he's on the phone with them. Then when he on the phone with former gang members and shit like that, the street muscle and shit like that, then he's street talking. He's thugged out. Mr. I ran the label when the shit already failed and crumbled and shit like that. And, not a lot of people catch this shit. Nobody really catches this shit. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I say, like, in the beginning, when Pac was like, these motherfuckers is like the Judas was to Jesus, they just here to cause confusion. This is not only in the Tupac community. I'm not going to, like, say people in the Tupac community are trying to cause confusion and things like that. But, it's just some things that some people do is just like it's confusing. It's flip-flopping and shit like that. I don't fuck with flip-flopping motherfuckers. I never have and I never will. But, also it's other YouTubers as well, what I'm saying, in other communities and different communities where I just notice is like, motherfuckers just on here to cause confusion and shit like that, But I just feel that's what Reggie Wright is doing. He's just here to cause confusion, to certain people, certain listeners, new listeners or whatever, or people who are just on the fence. Any way he can deflect or throw a monkey wrench into people's ways of thinking, he's going to do it. Now remember, if you don't agree with him, you're a piece of shit. And that's pretty much what his attitude and his character says. And he's proved this day in and day out. For example, just look at John from Bomb First. John from Bomb First is a yes man. I've listened to plenty of interviews and plenty of segments and shit where John tries his best to stay on Reggie's good side. He don't want to argue with him. He don't want to disagree with him. That's not a fucking homeboy. That's not a friend. If you can't check your homeboy when he doing something wrong or he's saying something wrong or you don't agree with him in the back of your head and then you too afraid to come out and say something because you're worried about what it's going to do or how he's going to think or how he's going to react or how he's going to feel, that's not a fucking friendship. If you're not a yes man, Reggie's not fucking with you. Point blank, period. He ain't fucking with you. If you don't agree with him, he ain't going to fuck with you. That's why I can't respect a man like that. I don't like people like that. You disagree with them, they get all their fucking feelings and shit like that. Like I said, just like that fake ass, false ass brotherhood coalition he tried to manifest. It's bullshit. Not taking anything away from the other brothers and everything, but it's bullshit. until I see all them brothers in one space, chopping it up or doing whatever. It's a fucking hoax. It's a fucking YouTube hoax. It's just it's just a priority at this moment in time. That's what a lot of this shit is on YouTube, is just for the fucking moment. It's a microwave. It heats up and then it fucking cools down. You got to keep reheating the shit in order for it to stay hot. You know, Reggie's audience, and I mean, y'all might disagree with me, because I mean, probably some of y'all are in there too who watch this and listen to this when I put up videos like this. A lot of Reggie's audience is the 85%. What is the fucking 85%? The dumb, deaf, and blind. It's easy to manipulate the dumb, deaf, and the blind. It's easy. You know, especially coming from Reggie, you know what I'm saying? This nigga has an identity crisis. I just explained a couple minutes ago. And as I always said in other videos and shit, I really don't like making videos on Reggie Wright Jr. like that and everything like that. I really don't. It really doesn't do anything for me. I mean, I'm not trying to get subscribers and viewers and all that other stupid shit off of Reggie Wright Jr.'s name, because Reggie Wright is really nobody. He's really a nobody like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? There's other people on here who do less, who do way less, and have a better following and a better audience and a better attraction and shit like that when they put out the material. I'm not here to try to turn people against him or say he's a bad guy. And, you know, I'm pretty sure most people have their minds made up about him, you know. And like I said in other videos, he's probably a cool dude. You know, you probably sit down with him, have a beer and shit like that. But the way I feel he's a fucking bully. You know, and I don't like bullies and I don't respect bullies. Because if you don't check the motherfucker the first time, he's going to think it's okay to keep doing it. And everybody who follows him would think it's okay too. Nah, not I. Not me. I'm going to check your ass the fucking first time. I'm going to let your ass know. Straight up and down. You know, it's like ever since that Mob James and Whack 100 interview, he's been salty. He's been salty, you know, towards other YouTubers and shit, people in the comment section and everything. And the problem he has with me is I go against the grain. You know, I just don't agree with a lot of shit that he says. Some of the shit he says sounds suspect. And, you know, I just listen to that type of nigga. And I listen to him talk, and it's like, you know, I done seen them niggas before. I done been around them niggas before. It's easy to detect. It's not fucking hard. You know, and it's like, he keeps forgetting I'm not the one who was accusing him of murdering anybody. You know, but he treats me and others in that way, like we're accusing him of murder or conspiring to murder or anything like that. But my whole thing is, when a person denies something, then has to keep reiterating on their non-involvement, that raises eyebrows. It's just natural. Just like if you didn't do this and you didn't do that, this is not true. Why do you have to keep reiterating yourself and in these different interviews with people and shit like that, and then going into your feelings and you go left? You know, because sometimes he don't even stay on subject. He get all in his feelings and he fucking go left. You know what I'm saying? But maybe he's fucking bipolar. I don't know. You know? But like I said, I ain't trying to turn nobody against you, Reggie. I ain't know shit. I just don't agree with the fuck you be talking about. You know, if you fuck with him, you fuck with him. You know, it's like Bobby Brown said, that's your prerogative. It's like I keep telling this motherfucker, like, Reggie, I grew up in North Long Beach, homeboy. North Long Beach. Right there on the borderline of Paramount and Compton. Like, literally, if you walked across the street, you're in Compton. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Right there in between fucking Orange and Atlantic. Orange go all the way down to Rosecrans. I live closer to Atlantic, but I stayed right there in the middle. It's in the 90s. All my Southern Cali people know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm saying. Dominguez High School, right over there, right across the street from Jack in the Box. Shit, from Alondra to Rosecrans. You know, I'm the only one from this community, I guess you would say, you know, speaking, you know, that's that close to home. You know, where Reggie and others grew up, ain't nobody else speaking, you know, from that standpoint or whatever. Everybody else is from, some of them might be overseas and shit. Some of them might be on the East Coast, down south in the Midwest and shit like that. But nigga, I'm from right there where you from. Right there in that same proximity. Right there in that same motherfucking radius. I grew up right around there. He don't like that shit. Nah, he wants to get to the dumb, deaf, and the blind. That's his MO. That's his fucking motive. You know, so I ain't disrespecting him. It's like, hey, nigga, I'm a man too, nigga. I speak up. I don't fucking sit there and hold shit in and be all up in my feelings and shit when somebody don't agree with me and things like that. Like goddamn, nigga, that petty shit. My thing is, he keeps disrespecting the dead. When he gets on interviews, you know, when he speaks about certain people, especially people that died, he has so much to say about the dead because they can't talk back. Frank, Michael Moore, Russell Poole, and probably, you know, like many others and everything. People who can't defend themselves. That's a fucking coward. That's a pure fucking coward. Then in another sentence, he does damage control. What is that? He tries to clean it up with a joke and everything. He'll say so. He'll talk shit about you, but then but this and that, yeah, they cool. Come on, man. Only the dumb, deaf, and blind, you know, allude to that fucking that pettery and shit, all that bullshit. You know, I just feel that Reggie's he's just all washed out now. He really ain't got nothing else to talk about. I mean, if you can think, you know, I mean, as far as Death Row, it wasn't around that long, so it's like you tell all the fucking stories you could possibly tell. You know, like I said, the only thing that Reggie hasn't told us is the shit that he probably don't want us to know. That's the only thing left for him to say is the shit that we haven't heard yet that he's probably not going to tell us. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame him for that either. You know, but I told him, I was like, yo, you know, this YouTube shit is cute for you. It's cute. It makes him feel good. It feeds his ego, like some of these motherfuckers on here. These motherfuckers get on YouTube and their ego just goes through the fucking roof. Goes through the roof. I mean, they just ego tripping just left from, 360 motherfucking degrees. That ego is just bam, 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 bam. It's right there jumping off of walls and shit. Having espresso and shit like that. Double shot of espresso. Just egos just be jumping off the fucking wall. You know, but like I told him, I was like, you know, if the people who haven't been interviewed concerning Tupac, never been interviewed at all, or people who haven't been interviewed enough, if they started getting on these platforms, started talking more often, more frequently, people would forget about them in a fucking heartbeat, and it's true. That's how this day and age is. That's how it works with social media. People want it fast. They want it quick. They want it right now. And then once they get that little fix, then that's it. They go to the next. They jump to the next. But Reggie's the only one who's talking more frequently. He's often doing interviews and things like that. Good for him. That's good. And he's got the spotlight, so I told him to enjoy this shit. Well, you got it. You got it right now. Enjoy the shit. I mean, but it doesn't change anything. I just feel he's corroded. Reggie's corroded. There's nothing really left for him to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I ain't tripping that, you know, you was trying to, whatever the fuck he was trying to do with the weed and everything like that. You know, it's like, shit, the shit is legal in California. You know, you can go through a dispensary or whatever. But if he was trying to be on some other shit, that's why his ass got caught. He's like the type of nigga. He's just that type of dude that don't fucking think before he says something. Or he try to think and it doesn't work, so he just starts fucking talking, and it don't come out right. But like I told him, He'll sit there and he'll talk all this shit about dead people, but he don't talk nothing about Kevin Hackie really. He'll say a little something about Kevin Hackie, but he really won't say anything like that about Kevin Hackie. Why? Because Kevin Hackie is still a fucking live. See, if he talked as much shit as he did with Frank and Michael Moore and Russell Poole with Kevin Hackie being alive, then I'll probably respect him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because Kevin Hackie could come and holler at you, but Kevin Hackie probably he probably done fell back a long time ago with this shit. Don't nobody want to be involved with this Tupac shit. Don't nobody want to be involved with anything that has to do with Tupac and conspiracy. Nobody wants anything to do with that. Nobody want to be interviewed with that shit because it's a fucking headache for them probably because they're probably confused on themselves. You know, but like I said, what did Kevin Hackie say in Nick Bloomfield's in his documentary? He said the question would be, who would draw first? Now, to me, that's big. Why the fuck would Kevin Hackie say that? Who's going to draw on who first? Why would Kevin Hackie want to draw on you, Reggie? Why would a nigga want to pull out his strap on you, cock back on you? I don't know. I've always wondered why. I've always wondered why Kevin Hackie said that, but we've never got into depth about that. And for the people who doing interviews, get a hold of Kevin Hackie and ask him. Ask him why did he say in Nick Bloomfield's documentary that the question would be is who's gonna draw first if they both saw each other face to face. You know. But you know, Kevin, Reggie on the bullshit talking about you don't respect me because you trying to build your channel. Let me get the fuck out of here, dude. Stop it. Like I told you, bruh, this YouTube shit ain't reality. A lot of these niggas is on here is trying to make a living off that shit and trying to blow up off of probably one specific topic or one specific form of material, and it's not gonna work. My life does not revolve around YouTube and the linguistics and shit and the analytics that follow. That shit is gonna come regardless, no matter about what you talk about. I could talk about cats and dogs and I still get fucking subscribers. I could just break it down in a way that nobody else can do it. I could talk about basketball. I could talk about my wave process and shit, barbershop talk. I could talk about fucking landscape and I could talk about construction. I would still get fucking views, subscribers, and likes and all that other good shit. All the bells and whistles. It just depends on who the person is and how they talk and how they speak and how well they articulate and how well they draw on the audience and all that good shit. But the days of making fucking a living off of YouTube is over. It's been over for years. A lot of these niggas don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? They see the algorithms is changing and everything. They got all these new enforcement, whatchamacallits and everything like that. Niggas is getting strikes left and right and all the other bullshit and everything like that. It's because one of the reasons is because of the old boy that filmed a dead body in Japan, I think. I think it was like Suicide Island or something like that. And he was real big. He was a real big YouTuber. So he fucked it up for everybody. You can't really do nothing on YouTube now. You got to keep your shit pretty much G and PG rated. You can try to stretch it as far as PG-13. But, you know, anything beyond that, you'll probably get a strike or flagged or some shit like that, you know. You know, so just stop trying to confuse the viewers and listeners because somebody disagree with you. Ain't nobody trying to fucking make no living off of you. What have you done? You ain't done shit. You just got on fucking YouTube and told a couple of stories and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to hear what Reggie Wright has to say when it comes to the interviews and the stories and stuff like that, and you know who he was around and this and that. It's like the thing is about Tupac. Really, everybody's channels is really about Tupac, but he really ain't got nothing to say about Tupac because him and Tupac wasn't in the same circle. He didn't fuck with Tupac, and I'm sure Tupac didn't fuck with him. Not only just because he was the police. He probably just looked at him, I don't fuck with that nigga. I ain't even trying to be here all like that any goddamn way. So stop it. Stop trying to act like that motherfuckers is trying to make a name off of you and trying to build their channel for mentioning your name and don't nobody like you and all this other. Man, get the fuck out of here with that petty elementary shit, bruh. Like I said, you talk and people respond. It's as simple as that. That's it. That's all.